Rob Ninkovich, you're talking about Pro Football Focus telling us that Aaron Rodgers was the best playoff quarterback of the decade. Almost any of us who watch the sport will say he is as talented as any quarterback maybe that we've ever seen. So the question is, to have made it to just one Super Bowl with him, would you consider that an underachievement by the Packers?
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, if he is according to Pro Football Focus, the #1 quarterback in the postseason, you would think that they'd have more than one Super Bowl appearance. I mean, think back to 2014 onside kick. The Patriots should have been playing the Packers instead of the Seahawks. So, you can't blame it all on Rodgers, but I think that the organization should definitely have had more than one appearance in the Super Bowl since Rodgers has taken over. So, yeah, definitely. I think that they should have they have one Super Bowl. They should have 2, 3 at least appearances. So they've definitely underachieved with the talent of Aaron Rodgers. Yes.
Yes. We could have a different discussion about how much of the blame goes on Rodgers himself and how much of it goes elsewhere. But generally speaking, Marcus Spears, when you have a quarterback that good for this long, and I would even add to it, they had Brett Favre before that. They've basically had first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback play for the last 30 years. They've made 3 Super Bowls in that time and won 2 of them. Do you consider that an underachievement?
Hell yeah. And it's not even close. Listen, when Aaron Rodgers, think about this right now, this climate that we're in with Patrick Mahomes. Didn't we say all this about Aaron Rodgers? Didn't we say Aaron Rodgers would win multiple Super Bowls in Green Bay as long as they kept people around him? I remember playing some of those Green Bay teams with the great defenses with Matthews and B.J. Raji and all of those guys on the back end. Woodson was there. That one team got it done. So it's not like Green Bay hasn't had guys around Aaron Rodgers at all times. They haven't done a lot of things that you probably should do when you have a talent like Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, underachieving, that is at the baseline of what Green Bay problems have been. I mean, people had this conversation, to your point, G, about Brett Favre as well. Shouldn't we have won more with some of those teams, with Donald Driver and all of those guys that he had as well throughout his tenure? But when you look at Aaron Rodgers' ability to play this game at the high level like he does at quarterback, this is what every franchise is looking for. Every franchise wants a guy they feel like they can win a Super Bowl with every year. And Green Bay has had that for a number of years and couldn't get it done but once.
Very quickly, before I bring Graziano in here, because I think he's going to take a different position. But Marcus, you played in the NFL a long time. You played defense. You played against a lot of great quarterbacks. And Brady is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. That's not debatable. But was Aaron Rodgers the best quarterback you ever played against? How would you describe what it was like playing against him?
No question. Best quarterback I ever played against, and best quarterback I've seen in person, because I haven't seen Patrick Mahomes in person lined up across the line of scrimmage for me. His ability to run, his ability to throw the ball in any type of window, and just his improvisation. When I was playing Aaron Rodgers, he was outrunning linebackers and secondary guys to pick up yardage when plays broke down. And all of these things that we see from Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers was doing that. It's not that much of a difference between what Aaron Rodgers had the ability to do on the field as opposed to what we're seeing Patrick Mahomes do right now. The game was different, but listen, he's the best I ever saw across the line of scrimmage.
All right, Graziano, do you agree with this idea that it has been an organizational underachievement to have only made it to one Super Bowl with a quarterback this good this long?
I don't agree, Greeny, and frankly, I'm disappointed that I'm on a show with 2 distinguished former NFL players, and I have to be the one to make the point that it's really hard to get to the Super Bowl. The Tom Brady, Rob Ninkovich New England Patriots have ruined it for everyone because they're the only team that was able to consistently get to multiple Super Bowls and win multiple Super Bowls. Did the Colts underachieve with Peyton Manning because they only won it once? Have the Seahawks underachieved with Russell Wilson because they only won it once? I mean, look, these are great players and great quarterbacks, but the fact is, you cannot engineer a roster build in the offseason that ensures a Super Bowl title. All you can do is build a team that consistently wins, consistently gets to the playoffs. That's what the Packers have been. Rodgers has been in the NFC Championship game 4 times. Somebody referenced the missed onside kick. I mean, this is the playoffs are a casino. If you go play roulette for a whole night, and you keep betting on red, and it keeps turning up black over and over again like 15 times in a row. Did red underachieve? No, you just got some bad breaks. So I think it's foolish to say they underachieve when you're looking at a team that has been to the playoffs as much as they have.
I really disagree with that, and I know that Marcus does too. Go ahead, Swagoo.
Garage, you in your heart of hearts, you don't believe that. Just please tell me you don't believe that in your heart of hearts.
That you need some breaks to win in the playoffs?
Not that you need some breaks,
Come on,
but did you look at the great?
If somebody told you,
Go ahead, Swagger.
go ahead, G.
In my heart of hearts, I believe
Here's
that.
what I'm going to say. I'm going to say when you look at the all-time great quarterbacks, and Rodgers to me is as good as any of them, they make it to the Super Bowl a lot. I mean, that's what these guys do. It is so noticeable that Marino didn't because the rest of them did. John Elway got to the Super Bowl repeatedly. The great quarterbacks, if you just go back through the history of the sport, the great quarterbacks, well, there's a big difference between 4 and 1. You're holding up 4 fingers. I think Elway actually got there 5 times. I think he lost 3 and then won the 2 at the very end. I think if you have quarterbacks like Peyton Manning into Andrew Luck, it is disappointing not to get there more than one time. Go ahead, Swagoo.
How many times did Peyton go with the Broncos?
2.
Okay.
2.
So he went to another team
with the Colts.
in that period of no longer playing with the Colts and technically underachieving because he was there for so long. He went to Denver and went to 2. And were you telling me Aaron Rodgers been there this long and he's been the 1 and that's not underachieving? Russell Wilson been the 2. Even though he lost 1,
2.
And he shouldn't have lost that one if they hand the damn ball off to Marshawn Lynch, but he's been the 2. Like, Carson Wentz, for all intents and purposes, has been to a Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes has almost been the 2, had it not for been a guy lining up all sides. Come on, Graz.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.